Hi, this is Adrienne, the Ketogenic Kutie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing a meal prep. This is going to be for breakfast, lunch, and dinner option. I have listed here the things that we're going to do in the video, as well as some things I prepared off camera. So let's get started. The first thing I do is if I buy fruits or vegetables or anything that needs to be washed, I try to get those out the way first. I run some water in a bowl and put in some vinegar. Sometimes I'll have some veggie or fruit wash from Trader Joe's that I use, but I was out, so I just soaked them in vinegar water, and then I rinse them and put them out to dry on the counter and let them air dry. I did the same thing for my strawberries as well as my apples and my lemons or any other fruit or veggie that needs to be washed. Up next, I did my ground turkey, which was taco seasoned ground turkey. I wanted to make taco salads. Here listed is the items that I use. I don't buy the taco seasoning packets, but I do have items at home to make my own taco seasoning, and I'll link that below so you'll see what that recipe is for any taco seasoned meat that you want to do. That is a good recipe for that. Once I brown the meat, I add the taco seasoning. Sometimes I add it towards the end of the meat being completed, just so it can start integrating into the meat well. And I had to add water to that, of course, to help disperse the seasoning throughout the meat. I let that kind of simmer and gel together, and I added a top to that so the water could be absorbed. When those are completed, when the seasoning is complete, you can assemble it just as you wish. If you want to put it over cauliflower rice or whatever the case is, I decided to put it over lettuce with cheese, salsa, sour cream, and I also had some guacamole that was, I had the little frozen containers that I could thaw out and use that with my taco salad, but I didn't add it here. But that makes for a quick lunch. Up next is my dinner option, which is the Mississippi pot roast. What you see here is me mixing up my own ranch mix. I found a recipe, and I'm going to link that below as well. I found a recipe that did not require a ranch packet. When I first made this roast last year sometime, I didn't care much for the flavor of it. I wanted to find a recipe that required that you can make your own gravy, your own ranch mix, and that's what I found. So I got that ground chuck from Walmart. It was a grass-fed ground chuck, and I'm letting that sear in my Ninja Foodie on both sides before adding the ingredients. Then I put in the ranch seasoning that I made, pepperoncini peppers, as well as a warm cup of water with the bouillon cube kind of melting. I'm going to pour that in there as well. And then a stick of butter goes on top. And you can cook this in your pressure cooker for 1.5 hours, or if you have a slow cooker, you can do that, like low for 8 hours, high for 4 hours. I will link both recipes for the pressure cooker as well as for the slow cooker in the description below, so you will have that. So that is a cool dinner option. The Foodie does not take long at all. That pressure cooker that I used, it only took 1.5 hours, and it was very tender. It offered a lot of flavor with the seasonings that were used, and I took 2 forks and shredded it up, and that's the end result of that. That pepperoncini peppers, those are not spicy, but it does add a lot of flavor. So to pair with the roast, I did cauliflower stir fry. Now, I normally get my cauliflower stir fry from Trader Joe's, but now Walmart has it, and it looks like that is posted there. I also posted the macros for it on the back. It's about 5 net carbs per cup. I seasoned that up. I actually put that in the pan with olive oil and butter. And then once it starts to cook down some and thaw a little bit, I start adding my seasoning. And I just add like garlic powder, onion powder, sometimes some Cajun seasoning, like whatever makes me happy. And I let it cook down a little bit. It doesn't take as long as rice at all because you don't want it to get mushy. But once it cooks down to the bite that you want, then you can put it in your to-go plates or have it for your dinner. That roast it made plenty. I think that was 2.5 pounds that I had, but it made plenty. And that paired with the cauliflower rice, soaking up that juice, it was so delicious. Now for my breakfast option. I'm doing sausage muffins and an egg scramble. Very simple. The sausage muffins are delicious. They taste almost like a McGriddle with the sausage in it, and they're really good when you put like sugar-free syrup on top of them. So good. So here I'm adding almond flour, some monk fruit sweetener, a couple of eggs, and some melted butter. Also sour cream to that, and about 6 ounces of sausage. I will link that recipe as well in the description. This is almost like a play off of some muffins, like a Jiffy cornbread, but it's sweeter. And here I'm adding vanilla extract as well as maple extract. Once all your wet ingredients are added, you mix it all up. And once it's all mixed up, I'm going to add about 6 ounces of sausage to that, ground sausage, cooked ground sausage. And I got that sausage at Aldi in my haul. I'm going to link my haul, my prior haul, so you can see that if you haven't seen it already. But once you add the sausage, you mix it all together. And I have some muffin tins that I've added paper liners to. It's just more convenient to add the liners. I don't have to worry about anything sticking. I know I could spray it, but hey, less cleanup from me. Now, once I get all the muffin tins filled, my oven is preheated to 350, and I place them in the oven for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes usually does the trick. I love these little things. I thought about this one day because I would always cut them open and put like a sausage patty in it or whatever I was eating, whatever meat I was eating, and put the syrup over top. And I'm like, what? Why shouldn't I just put the sausage in the muffin? I think that would be delicious. And I tried it and it was really good, and I really like them. When they come out, they're light and fluffy, they're moist on the inside, you know, the butter taste, the maple flavoring, it all just works. And I love those little things, if I haven't said it 40 other times. So also with that, I did an egg scramble. A lot of times I do my egg scrambles with peppers and onions and whatever veggies I have on hand. But this time I did spinach and mushrooms. I added onion salt to the veggies. I get that from Trader Joe's. I really enjoy that onion salt. I also added pepper and some Cajun seasoning. I love that Tony's seasoning. It pretty much goes with everything. I also sauteed all that down and let the spinach wilt down a little bit, and then I added my eggs. And you can season your eggs however you want to season your eggs, however you like to. I also added cheese in the eggs, and I like to add cheese on top of the eggs because I like cheese. So I just cooked that down and let the eggs kind of scramble up. And I hope you're enjoying these meal prep ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to give you some inspiration when you're trying to make your week a little bit easier by planning ahead. This really is convenient for me because my life is really busy and I just don't have time to come home every night or start every morning from scratch making meals. So I add my cheese on top, place a lid on it so it can melt down. And then once everything's cooled down, I place it into my container to go. So this is my breakfast option, the sausage muffins with the eggs. My lunch option, the taco salad with the ground turkey, cheese and salsa and lettuce, as well as the dinner option, the Mississippi pot roast with the cauliflower stir fry. I also did my fruit wash and cleanse so the kids will have some snack options throughout the week, as well as boiled some eggs and did a few deviled eggs for snack options as well. Sometimes I get a sweet tooth and I prepared a dessert, and I'll show you that in another video. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this meal prep video. Hit that like button if you liked it so you can see more videos, and hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when other videos come out. I'm the Ketogenic Kutie, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.